Very good evening once again. Welcome to the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and without further ado, let's get straight into the first story. Uganda's Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Robina Nabbanja, has applauded staff at the Office of the Prime Minister for their teamwork and dedication, crediting their collective effort for her reappointment to another term. Nabbanja made these remarks today at her office in Kampala, where she received a jubilant welcome from staff as she officially resumed her duties.
On behalf of the Executive Department and on my own behalf, I would like to congratulate you upon your reappointment as Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. This achievement was attained due to your hard work, your sacrifice, resilience, and courage amidst a number of challenges.
This achievement is not only mine, it's ours. For the first time, government achieved 88% in terms of performance because of you people. We even got awards. I remember we got the award, one of the awards from UN, the award we got from the Africa Female Leader of the Year in 2024. The president also awarded us. Was it 2022? When the president wrote here. And he said he wanted government to support the convention center. I remember we were having meetings on weekends. Do you remember? We did not get tired until we had that program succeed. Sangobe. Muzei started directing that Sangobe oil project starts in 2007. So from 2007 it did not take off. 2012 it did not take off. 2017 it did not take off. 2022 Muzei directs me. As I can say now, I can tell you, Sangobe oil project is going on very well. Government performed, Muzei performed, we also performed, and now we are back in the office. We need to continue. Kurundo tugenda bazoganya.
Right Honorable Nabbanja Robina is one of those most loyal servants of the NRM. And for that, the results are obvious. Because at the beginning, I did not understand the Right Honorable Prime Minister. But as we continued working, I got to know her better. And I just told her that I will be her defender. If anybody try to touch.
1, 2, 3. Long live Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Long live Office of the Prime Minister. Long live everybody.
Following the collapse of a building under construction in Kisasi yesterday, Kampala Capital City Authority Executive Director Sharifa Buzeki, accompanied by the Lord Mayor and other city officials, visited the site to assess the situation and oversee ongoing rescue efforts. Preliminary investigations indicate that the developers of the building did not obtain the required construction approvals from the relevant authorities before commencing the project. Buzeki stated that responsible persons for the construction will face legal action for violating building regulation and endangering lives. She also said that she also emphasized that KCCA will ensure accountability for all individuals found culpable. So far, 3 bodies have been retrieved from the rubble as rescue operations continue, as these highlights show.
Bo basobodde okuba nti bawona bafunako ebisago ebitonotono ne kati Jonathan Kivumbi ne Rasta ono omuvubuka mukwano gwange yani Mike ye babadde basatu kuba yaŋŋambye nti yabadde ne Jona n'abagamba banaye tufa kizimbe kiggwa awo yakomye ngadduka n'alaba banne ndowooza nga nabo begezaako okwerwanako embeera n'ebeera bwetu.
The construction was illegal and these people did not comply with the building permission requirements to get permission from KCCA, and because of that they did not supervise the building well. We are not going to sit, we are going to pursue them, and they are going to be taken to courts of law for not following the procedures and for causing loss of life.
We have just retrieved the bodies from the debris, construction debris, and it has been a very bad scene, which we should not repeat anymore. It's unfortunate that these people had no plans and that they were building a night. But there must be someone responsible. And we should make sure that we carry out investigations, thorough investigations, to try those that are responsible.
So far, 3 bodies have been recovered at the scene of the building collapse here in Chisota Zone, in Kawempe Division in Kampala. The deceased persons have been identified as Chivumbi Jonathan. There is also one that has been identified as Rasta James. And then there is one that is pending identification. However, the colleagues have identified him only as James. However, investigations are still ongoing. The bodies have been taken to Mulago Hospital mortuary, pending post-mortem.
The National Resistance Movement NRM Director of Mobilization, Rosemary Nansubuga Seninde, has called for unity among NRM leaders in Kikuve district as the party prepares for their district LC5 chairperson by-election. Her appeal comes after the National Electoral Commission nullified the party's initial first runner-up flag bearer over missing academic documents, prompting the party to elevate the second runner-up as its new candidate. Philip Aguta reports.
After the last week's nominations, scientific campaigns in Chikube district to elect a new district chairperson are set to begin on Monday, June 9th. While meeting the NRM District Campaign Task Force, the party director for mobilization, Rosemary Nansubuga Seninde, called for unity among NRM leaders in the district. This follows a situation in which the second runner-up in the party primaries was ultimately nominated by the National Electoral Commission.
So we have a candidate as a party, and we are proud to sell him. So the meetings we are holding now, we are trying to ensure that the leaders embrace this candidate, they embrace the decision of the party, and they take on the mantle of ensuring that NRM wins this election.
Seninde also urged the leaders to conduct only scientific meetings and strictly adhere to Ebola standard operating procedures following the outbreak.
But of course we have called upon the people to be careful. Vigilance is very important in this case, in this situation where we have to hold meetings. We are calling upon people to be careful, to be vigilant, to wash their hands, to use sanitizers, and to put masks if they can.
The same call for acceptance of the party's final decision was echoed by the woman member of parliament for Chikube district.
So the people of Chikube, I call upon you that let us come together. Let us forgive each other. Let us bring unity. The first candidate who went through, I call upon him and his people to come and work and come together.
Meanwhile, the NRM candidate Kisembo Paddy, who will also face off with the National Unity Platform NUP candidate Fenakasi Timanyire, has welcomed his nomination and outlined his priorities, focusing on agriculture, health care, job creation, and infrastructure development.
I have 14 points which I intend to focus on to develop this. I developed this manifesto while I was traversing the whole district. This is my second time to vie for this position. So I know each and every challenge that Kikube district has, and I am here to fulfill those 14 points.
The two candidates in Chikube by-election will have about 10 days of scientific campaigns across the district under strict Ebola SOPs ahead of voting on June 18th. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Chikube.
Members of Parliament from Bugisu and Sebei have endorsed Fred Bagumia Rakaiza for the upcoming Iala by-election. The endorsement was made under the Patriotic League of Uganda, with leaders calling for a united regional front. Bagumia says that he will tackle trust and funding challenges affecting the East African Legislative Assembly. Let's take a look.
2 seats in the East African Legislative Assembly, Iala, fell vacant after 2 of its members were elected to Uganda's 12th parliament. This set the stage for a fresh contest to fill the regional legislative positions. Now, members of parliament from the Bugisu and Sebei parliamentary groups affiliated to the Patriotic League of Uganda have thrown their weight behind Fred Bagumia Rwakaiza.
So Fred, with all the friends you have, I think you can make your friends here maintain in Parliament again and again.
At a meeting attended by legislators from the 2 groups, leaders emphasized the importance of sending active and vocal representatives to Arusha.
We have a reason why we want him to go to East African Parliament. We have not achieved the road for parliamentarians who are in East African Parliament. Even you as members of Parliament, if I ask you, you can't mention 3 people that you know in Parliament. The reason why? Because they are quiet.
The legislators insisted on a larger regional market and stronger integration, being a stronger avenue for opportunities of trade, investment, and economic transformation.
Go and talk about open borders. We don't want this issue of when a farmer is taking maize in Kenya, they say, oh, there's a lot of aflatoxin, you get a lot of roadblocks, 10 roadblocks. For what? This is East Africa.
On his part, Bagumia pledged to champion reforms aimed at improving public confidence in Iala. This includes addressing funding constraints that have continued to affect the institution's operations.
If you are a member of East African community and there is a protocol that you sign, there is a treaty, and you have an obligation to fulfill that treaty, why don't you comply?
Bagumia also promised to push for stronger accountability and increased support for programs that promote regional integration.
And when we have investors coming to our region and factories coming up, then our generation can get jobs.
The endorsement now adds momentum to Bagumia's bid as he seeks election to the regional assembly. Henry Okrut, UBC.
And furthermore, the National Resistance Movement patriotic candidates in Buganda who contested in the party primaries but lost have formally stepped aside in line with a directive from the NRM chairman and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. They are now appealing for consideration in alternative government positions as they pledge continued commitment to serving the country.
Over 113 NRM patriotic candidates in Buganda have congratulated President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the NRM national chairperson following the swearing-in ceremony, as well as the allocation of 21 ministerial positions to leaders from Buganda in the new cabinet. The announcement was made during a press conference held at Divine Hotel Gardens in Chengera, Wakiso district. The group also appealed to the president to consider them for deployment in various roles to serve the country.
We really appreciate for having considered the NRM ministers who have come from Buganda region. We are here reminding you about our pledge.
Your Excellency, as it promised us that you have a big house, a lot of empty rooms, we are here to occupy those rooms effectively as long as you direct. We are here to help our ministers, to help our MPs in Uganda.
Speaking at the same event, the chairperson of PLU Machinde West and member of the NRM patriotic candidates in Buganda, Dr. Hilary Katandikwa, congratulated the NRM fraternity on what he described as a successful election outcome, as well as the president's swearing in. He also emphasized the importance of youth inclusion in the new cabinet.
Today we have gathered here as NRM patriotic candidates 2025 in Uganda, people who stood in NRM primaries in Uganda region but never made it. However, they decided to support flag bearers.
Dr. Katandikwa further encouraged NRM patriots to actively support government by sensitizing communities, especially young people, about development programs aimed at poverty eradication. He also reminded the NRM Central Executive Committee of the pledges previously made to the patriotic candidates in Buganda.
As we agreed with you, His Excellency the President, you promised us that when we get our deserved victory, you are going to call us back and at least see a way how you can deploy us in different capacities. First, secondly, we want to congratulate you upon your deserved victory, and we thank you for the many ministerial positions you gave Uganda region.
Salongo Kasibante compiled this report for UBC News.
The leadership of Nakasongola district, together with the Buruli Cultural Institution, has praised President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for his continued support towards the district's development. They have also commended the former Minister for Public Service, Muruli Mukasa, for what they described as his dedicated and honest service to the nation during his tenure in office. More details in this report.
Speaking during a press conference held at Kalemere Kanywa Musumba Chibira village in Nakasongola district, the leadership of Obukamabwa Buruli, led by the Prime Minister of Buruli, Omwikirwaku, expressed gratitude to the people of Nakasongola and Uganda at large for entrusting President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni with the leadership of the country.
We do appreciate as the people of Buruli and as the people of Obukamabwa Buruli. We also appreciate the support His Excellency Museveni gave Honorable Mukasa during CA, that is Constituency Assembly, where we saw the ethnic tribe of Baruli being included in the 1995 Constitution. We appreciate also that one because Baruli were not in the Constitution. Once again, we also want to appreciate the support His Excellency gave Honorable Mukasa in 1996, which saw Nakasongola becoming a district in 1997. We do appreciate. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, and the cordial relationship that you had with the Honorable Mukasa.
The Prime Minister said President Museveni's support has significantly contributed to the development of Nakasongola district and the strengthening of the Buruli Cultural Institution.
But we, as the Buruli Cultural Institution, we have seen it fit to say that thank you all that time, because I've given you the history from 1980 when he was UPM coordinator during those elections of 1980. He has worked with Mukasa up to now. We do appreciate His Excellency the President, and also show that however much Honorable Mukasa could be retired, but we still have more elites in Buruli who can serve this nation. And they are eager, waiting to be appointed and serve this nation with their most heart.
Meanwhile, the resident district commissioner of Nakasongola, Festus Bandeba, called on residents to prioritize unity and focus on activities that foster development rather than division.
Leadership in this district of Nakasongola convened the meeting of all NRM leaders and local government leaders and political leaders and security to reflect on our performance path as Nakasongola in politics, in government programs, in economic transformation, and all other programs that impact on people's lives. We have appreciated that we've come this far, but also acknowledged that we have been having pull factors that have been pulling us down, like sectarianism and tribal undertones.
He cautioned against tribalism, urging the people of Buruli to work together in promoting peace, unity, and socio-economic transformation. The leaders reaffirmed their commitment in promoting unity, cultural preservation, and development in Nakasongola district.
As much as we are going to fight corruption, we are going to fight tribalism, we are going to fight sectarianism, we are going to fight divisions, and even absenteeism at work, and failure to monitor government programs, and also failure to perform in all service centers at all levels.
Private health training institutions across Uganda are raising concerns over what they call high assessment fees introduced under the new Technical and Vocational Education and Training Act of 2025. They say that the requirements to pay examination fees twice a year, along with penalties for late payment, is increasing financial pressure on both institutions and the students. The concerns were raised during the first National Stakeholders Conference of private health training institutions held in Rubaga, Kampala.
Across Uganda have raised concern over the implementation of the new TVET Act 2025, saying the assessment fees imposed by the Uganda Health Professions Assessment Board are becoming increasingly unaffordable for parents, learners, and institutions. Under the new law, institutions are required to pay assessment fees twice a year and surcharges for late payments. Major stakeholders say are straining already limited education budgets.
So we are saying, even when the quality is not what we would like an improvement, but when the burden, at the same time you're having a burden of a financial burden, it affects both the quality.
A recent survey among private health training institutions indicates that Uganda has now some of the highest examination and assessment fees in the region compared to countries such as Kenya and Ghana.
And we found that the examination fee in Uganda is highest. And in most other countries, like we compare with, examinations are done once in a year. And that is what is happening in Kenya and in Ghana. And there it is done by the Nazi Council.
The concerns were raised during the first National Stakeholders Conference of Private Health Training Institutions held at Pope Paul Memorial Hotel in Rubaga, where stakeholders called for government intervention.
Is the need for the examinations to be done once in a year. The reason being that we need to give more time for the trainees to do hands-on practice.
We are going to continue with compliance with the TVET Act.
Speaking at the conference, Dr. Safina Musene, Commissioner for Health Education and Training at the Ministry of Education and Sports, called for a review of the assessment fee structure and wider stakeholders' engagement to ensure affordability while maintaining quality standards.
Previously, maybe we are not regulating very well. You saw the ministry doing all the functions, delivering, regulating, assessing, everything. But we are saying let us improve regulation with this TVET Act of 2025.
Dr. Musene also urged institutions to strengthen accreditation, governance, and compliance with education regulations. She, however, acknowledged the concerns and pledged government engagement with relevant agencies to address the challenges.
So we'll follow up and see, this mandate is now under the Assessment Board and accredited by the TVET Council. But the TVET Council works through us.
Stakeholders remain hopeful that continued dialogue will lead to reforms that balance quality training with affordability in the health education sector.
Furthermore, Commissioner of the National Secretariat for Patriotism under the Office of the President, Helen Seku, has called on young people to practice patriotism through action, not just words. She made these remarks during the commissioning of 1,614 students who completed patriotism training at Kawempe Muslim Secondary School, aimed at equipping them with skills to drive Uganda's socio-economic and political transformation.
A total of 1,614 students at Kawempe Muslim Secondary School have completed a patriotism training program aimed at instilling discipline, national values, and responsible citizenship among young Ugandans. The trainees were officially passed during a ceremony attended by government officials, school administrators, and security representatives, who all emphasized the importance of nurturing patriotic and disciplined citizens. Speaking at the ceremony, Helen Seku said patriotism begins with being God-fearing, noting that individuals who fear God are less likely to engage in corruption, theft, and other social vices.
And actively participate in transforming Uganda socially, economically, and politically. Patriotism is not merely about loving one's country in words. It's about demonstrating that love through responsible actions that contribute to the national development of this country.
Seku also commended students for embracing the program, saying it prepares them to serve and defend their country.
Uganda's future's prosperity depends on young people who shall reject idleness, laziness, and instead embrace entrepreneurship, agriculture, science, technology, vocational skills through patriotism. We cultivate a mindset that focuses on opportunities rather than limitations.
School head teacher Mrs. Zulaika Chibirige praised the program for shaping disciplined and responsible citizens while urging them to uphold the values acquired.
And we remain committed to supporting national programs that build character, promote unity, strengthen discipline, and prepare learners to become productive citizens of Uganda.
From the Uganda Police Child and Family Protection Unit, Aisha Kayongo said the initiative is helping reduce crime among young people.
Passion for their country. So when we emphasize this kind of strategies, this is what we are exactly looking at. So we're really so thankful for Kawempe. Thank you so very much for organizing this, which I believe even other schools are going to take it up.
Students who completed the training expressed gratitude, saying they gained skills in leadership, discipline, teamwork, and time management.
The students can now exhibit paramount discipline, time management, self-defense, unity, cooperation, self-lifestyle, among others.
Joseph Muyingo compiled this report for UBC News.
The Patriotic League of Uganda PLU mobilizer for Kibale District, Chalikunda Junior Ebenezer, has congratulated President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and local leaders in Kibale following their victory in the 2026 general elections. Speaking during a press conference held in Kibale District, Ebenezer praised the election outcome, commending what he described as strong leadership and continued support for development in the region.
We also appreciate, we follow the message that was stated during the State of National Address by our mighty President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, as he said, because he said, "Team no sleep, Sanja no sleep." And we believe we shall fulfill these objectives without sleeping, because he tackled about corruption and embezzlement of funds, public resources. And we believe, as the patriots, people who believe, people who love our country, we are ready to move with his ideology, with his message.
While addressing the media,
Charikunda thanked the people of Chibale for supporting the national resistance movement and called upon the youth to actively participate in government development programs aimed at improving livelihoods.
The Kibale District Patriotic League of Uganda, formerly known as PLU, congratulates His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on his re-election as President of the Republic of Uganda. We also congratulate all leaders from Kibale District who were elected or appointed to different roles, and we look forward to your peaceful leadership towards national unity, development and prosperity.
He urged young people to take advantage of initiatives such as the Parish Development Model, Emyuga, and other empowerment programs to create jobs, increase household incomes, and contribute to national development.
We have been empowering the youth previously. For example, the Kibale PLA team started the Kibale MK Circle, which has benefited very many citizens in Kibale district. People have constructed, people have boosted their businesses through Kibale MK Circle. We have also engaged the youth through sports and other activities.
Charikunda pledged to continue mobilizing and sensitizing communities on government programs to ensure that more citizens benefit from the available opportunities.
The PLA team will continue mobilizing the youth to actively participate in national development, leadership, and governance as directed by the CDF. So we encourage all the youth, and this is our role as the PLA team. We believe the youth will engage themselves in leadership. Of course, a country without good leadership cannot be successful. So we shall engage our fellow youth to actively participate in leadership and governance as directed.
Kenneth Tanaba compiled this report.
Religious leaders are calling for greater investment in faith-based education as a key tool in the fight against poverty and community transformation. This message was highlighted during the first graduation ceremony of repairers of the Bridge Global University Uganda campus in Kampala, where 40 students were awarded certificates and diplomas in biblical studies. Officials say that the training equips learners with spiritual leadership and community development skills aimed at driving positive change in society.
Mbabazi Rona.
And we are here today to celebrate our students. We are here today for our first graduation as the Ugandan campus. Repairers of the Bridge is a university that started from USA, so we have an affiliation from USA. We have another affiliation in South Africa with all nations. So we are accredited with both institutions. Basically, what we've started with, we started with the certificates in biblical studies and associate, that is diploma in biblical studies. And the principles that they studied is we had biblical theology, whereby they had to study about God, about Jesus, about the contemporary church.
Okuddayo kusoma kirungi kubanga kintu kyonna tosobola kikola nga tolina buyivu. Uganda ekyuse, si Uganda yonna, ensi yonna ekyuse. Olaba n'abamemba aba parliament bazzeeyo okusoma. Tosobola kukola kintu osomesa osumba abayivu ate gwe tosomye. Kibanga bulaba wannasale bwawa wa university ebibuuzo. Kati kwegamba abeera nga wakanywa ne wange. Kati bwe mba nga nsumba abaprofesa, bwe mba nga nsumba abapulezidenti, lwaki siddayo n'ensoma? Obuyivu kintu kikulu nnyo, ne Yesu yennyini yasoma. Diguli abatume gye basooka okufuna kwe kufuna omwoyo mutukuvu. Ate tebaakoma awo, bwe tusoma mu ssuula 11 ebikolwa by'abatume olunyiri olw'abirimu 4 nti yali muntu nti baali bantu balungi ne babaleeta Antiokia ne
Hundreds of Muslims in Kagadi Town Council, Kagadi District, have welcomed Hajat Aisha to Mwebaze back from the holy pilgrimage to Mecca and Medina in a colorful and emotional ceremony marked by chants of Nasheed. The celebrations at Kagadi Main Mosque also drew praises for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for sponsoring Hajat to Mwebaze. the Bunyoro Toro woman representative to the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, and Sheikh Haj Muhammad Isingoma, the Kibale district Qadi for the pilgrimage. The ceremony attracted leaders and clergy from across the Bunyoro sub-region, highlighting a message of faith, unity, and devotion.
Influence other women in the Bunyoro Toro Muslim region also to go and perform Hajj.
Let's thank His Excellency the President of Uganda, who made us to visit that site. Because he sponsored us, he gave us the money, he gave us everything. In fact, even giving us the pocket money to visit that site, which would help us. So His Excellency the President of Uganda, we thank you very much, and we pray that may the good Lord protect you in your leadership, and you take more Muslims to the holy site of Makkah and Medina.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima gukankana like drums. Kalakata, enendungu yakusabula. Mikono tu, pray on fire, pray on fire, pray on fire.
Step into elegance, step into confidence, step into La Vie Boutique. Located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda, La Vie Boutique brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men. From sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories, we've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. La Vie Boutique, where class meets style.
In a fast-moving world, why are we still stuck with paperwork? Signing here, stamping there, moving from office to office. It's exhausting. Now, there's a better way. With UG Pass, you can securely prove your identity, sign documents, and access government services anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stress. Everything is instant, safe, secure, and government-backed. UG Pass, your identity secured. Available on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. UG Pass is a product of NITA Uganda.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. In the world of business, farmers in Rubare Town Council in Tungamo District have called on the government to increase funding to savings and credit cooperative organizations to enable them provide irrigation loans and support agricultural production during prolonged dry spells. Let's take a look.
Rubare lies within Uganda's dry corridor where many residents depend on cattle keeping and crop farming. However, recurring droughts continue to affect productivity and household incomes. Albert Ariyo, a coffee farmer, says President Yoweri Museveni has repeatedly emphasized irrigation as a solution to boosting agricultural production despite changing weather conditions. He appealed to the government to channel more funds through savings and credit cooperative societies to help farmers access affordable irrigation financing.
At Albert Coffee Farm, I try to do irrigation, but irrigation is very expensive. But it's very good. When you have irrigation, you'll be having a season. so you don't be you are almost harvest every season. So I call upon the government to fund these circles. For example, when you go to circles and you apply for irrigation or ask them to help you in irrigation, the interest is so high.
The head of credit at Chabukuju Twimwiche Sacco, Simon Rukundo, says farmers frequently request irrigation loans, but the Sacco lacks adequate capital to meet the demand.
Members and staff, we have been helping our farmers to get loans, but the problem is the funding is not enough, the interest is very much, so we at least request the government help us and give us funding at a reduced interest to us help our farmers also access loans.
Meanwhile, the Sacco's general manager Edith Nyanyondo says poor loan recovery during drought periods remains a challenge, and she notes that government support would strengthen irrigation schemes and improve production.
Wherever you have gone around, farmers are asking or requesting the government to give us a fund through Chabukuju Sacco so that we can extend it right to our members who are dealing with agriculture. And what we think this fund can do for them, when it is through a Sacco like this, it is extended to our farmers at a relatively lower interest rate.
Chabukunju Twimuche Sacco is currently ranked among the top 20 performing Saccos in southwestern Uganda and is best performing Sacco in Intungamo district.
Authorities in the Madisa region are raising concerns over the rising cases of road accidents, motorcycle theft, and other road-related crimes. In response to the Adjumani office of the RDC, the officer in charge of traffic and border associations have engaged riders in a joint meeting aimed at promoting road safety, improving hygiene during working hours, and discouraging drug abuse.
Border riders in Marisa region, particularly in Adjumani district, have been urged to strictly observe road safety measures to save life and maintain respect within the community. The call was made by the resident district commissioner of Adjumani, Mr. Tokoswai, during an engagement meeting held on 4th June 2026 at Adjumani Town Council Hall. The meeting brought together border riders and their leaders, the officer in charge of traffic, and the office of RDC to address rising safety and security concerns.
And the background to this is part of the implementation of our manifesto 2021-2026. In that manifesto we made a commitment to prevent road accidents. But we are still seeing, as we are closing the implementation of starting a new manifesto, accident cases are going up. And especially West Nile region and Adjumani in particular, almost every day we get cases of accidents. Why? Because we believe either some of these bodabodas are right under the influence of alcohol or drug, or general recklessness in riding on the road. We don't respect the right of other road users.
Meanwhile, the chairperson of Madi and Adjumani Border Association, Baru Richard Igama, revealed that more than 10 motorcycles were stolen last month alone. He emphasized the importance of unity and vigilance among riders, highlighting key lessons they have learned from the engagement.
They talked about hygiene, how we, the border, we can maintain hygiene in our body when we are doing our business. Making yourself clean, taking shower, not drinking alcohol. So all those things they give us and they guide us. The rates of stolen motorcycle, it's rampant. And even this year, 22nd of this last month, we lost so far 5 motorcycles.
They share an office. Some work in the day, some at night. What they have in common: focus, dedication, That's what makes them champions. They also share something else, the reward of being one. The official beer of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Not for persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Today we are in Mackay College School, and we've got our winner, and that is none other than Michelle. I am sure you've already gotten the school fees, and the excitement is already there. Thank you so much.
Bitufu JBD. Michelle has won school fees for a year. Never Zaba Momo. 3 times paid, cleared.
You can also stand a chance to win. You simply have to dial *165 *80# or use the Momo app. Schools that accept students to pay school fees using Momo also stand a chance to win a van. Pay your school fees. You never know. You could be the lucky winner.
And in the world of sports, preparations are in high gear for the Olympic Day Toke Run scheduled for the 20th of June 2026 in Bushenyi district, with organizers continuing to rally support for healthy living, nutrition awareness, and youth sports development.
The unique nature of the upcoming Olympic Day Toke Run has witnessed it having a national outlook, with organizers spreading its message to many areas of the country.
On 20th this month, we shall be at Bushenyi Playing Grounds, where we shall all go for the run in support of Banana Project. And therefore we are grateful to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for his initiative.
Kampala has hosted most of its build-up activities, but organizers have also spread the message to Busoga, and importantly host district Bushenyi, with the latest stop being at Mwesigwa Resort in Kiruhura district. The Kiruhura district LC5 chairperson welcomed the idea and believes the run will play a big role in talent identification and development to follow.
So today we as Kiruhura district, we have contributed some funds to help these Olympics, and we have even gotten a chance of meeting and interacting with the Kipsiros, Chiptegeis. They were here also to support this event, which will be celebrated for 20th of this month in Bushenyi district. So, and the chief runner will be His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Speaking at the event, the Uganda Olympic Committee Nutrition Ambassador Reverend Professor Florence Isabelle Moranga emphasized the importance of sports in promoting good health and inspiring young people to pursue excellence.
It's good to nurture these sportsmen of today, but there are so many potential sportsmen that don't make it. We know that when we talk about sport, we are talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry. We want our children to pick it and not stay outside there. Bring the dollars home.
The Olympic Day Toke Run will feature a 21-kilometer half marathon, a 10-kilometer run, and a 5-kilometer walk or run, with a record 120 million shillings reserved as cash prize. The event's launch in Kiruhura attracted the country's best runners from the past and present, headlined by Olympian and Commonwealth Games champion Moses Kipsiro, and included Godfrey Kusuro and Abel Chebet.
To get the champion, it will take such a run like the one in Bushenyi, so that we can discover the young ones. And I want to assure the people of Bushenyi and the Gigesi region. The Gigesi region, they have the talent of running. It is not that just saying that it is only people from Zabe who can run. No.
Organizers say proceeds and awareness generated from the event will support Uganda's young athletes on their journey to Dakar 2026 for the Youth Olympic Games later this year.
And in more sports, the 2026 Baganda Clans tournament has come to a dramatic end, with the defending champions Emamba Clan retaining their title in a tense and thrilling final. It was a fiercely contested showdown between the Emamba and the Nchima clans, as both sides battled for supremacy in this year's highly anticipated final.
kakati njagala bazzukulu.
I congratulate the winners today, Mamba Kakoboza, and that's for football, and Nte for netball. I congratulate every participant. There were 4 of them for football, and there were 26 for netball. So I congratulate all of those who participated. This year's tournament has been broad because many disciplines have been introduced, like chess, like Scrabble, and Scrabbles in Luganda, like Omweso, tag of war, and many others. Going forward, I can see a sports bonanza for the Vika Games. So we urge all leaderships in the different clans to prepare adequately for next year, because I think it's going to be massive given the broadness of the disciplines that have been introduced.
Uganda, we are delighted to be here once again to witness the win of the Mamba Kakoboza Bika, which is the winning team for today, having beaten the Nchima or Monkey Clan. I want to congratulate them wholeheartedly because they have never played the final for 50 years. That is to play up to the last minute, and that is decided by penalties, is a show of commitment. People who have a competing spirit, and they've done so, and I wish to congratulate them wholeheartedly, because to wait for 50 years to get to this victory is really, some people may not know, but this is the oldest tournament in Uganda.
We have increased the number of disciplines from the original 2 to now 8 disciplines. Going forward, we are going to have more disciplines join, such that we have a good competition. I want to congratulate all those who have participated, all those who have supported in any way, and the team that we've worked with to have such a great day.
Still in sports, a 2-day athlete 365-plus carer workshop has climaxed at the View Hotel in Intinda, and our report has the details.
The past 2 days for athletes from the 34 federations and associations that subscribe to Uganda Olympic Committee and Commonwealth Games Uganda have been about an athlete 365 career workshop at View Hotel in Tinda. It focused on self-awareness, career planning, employment readiness, and equipping participants with practical skills for dual and sports careers that emphasize life after sport.
From a curriculum vitae perspective, we also looked at it from the perspective of Uganda's CV writing. What can we add in our CVs to be different from other people at a global level, where we can rise above the competition? So this has been the gist of our workshop. We are trying to teach these young people to make useful decisions and wise decisions when they're still young in their career.
It has been closed by the Uganda Olympic Committee President Dr. Donald Rukare, who urged beneficiaries to put knowledge to good use, but also educate others.
These programs are meant to provide athletes with skills, with the knowledge. For example, here it was about powering up on your voice, as well as writing CVs and public speaking. We're going to be focusing on other topics in the future, for example, financial management, responsible use of social media, public speaking.
Participants spoke volumes about the workshop that the Uganda Olympic Committee plans to take to other regions in the future.
For the 2 days I've been here, it started yesterday, Friday, and we've ended today. So my takeaway, I've self-discovery about myself, some things I didn't know about myself. But
it's something that has been very beneficial to us, the fact being that we've been empowered with different skills from the very start of empowering us with the knowledge, our strength, getting to know our strength, our passion.
Over the 2 days, participants also engaged in reflection sessions and personal development activities designed to support a smooth transition beyond sport.
And that brings us to the end of our UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. We do compel you to keep updated and also pray for the nation, Kisasi, the building that fell down, as we continue to update you with other developments. Otherwise, my name is Wadulo Arnold Mark. Have yourselves a lovely night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.